nice starting when it's a warm engine.
Thank God, I know. It's rare. Very good. It's rare.
Thank you.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Alright, check. Check. Okay. Air pressure looks good. In the interest of saving you money, I'm going to get the 8 cooking for you.
2353 Zulu weather, wind 1806, weather's better than 5005, temperature 12, 2.2, altimeter 3015. LDA and visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 20. VFR departures entering Bradley Charlie airspace, advise ground control prior to taxiing with your destination at an altitude for transponder code assignment. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Lima. Standard information, Lima 2353 Zulu weather, wind 1806, weather's better than 5005, temperature 12, 2.2, altimeter 30.
Alright. Those are the required lights, and the beacon comprises our anti-collision lights. Place. Put our landing light on to let people around to the best of our ability to do. Alright, check my brakes. Alright.
Brakes hold. Forward.
And since we're full, we'll go ahead and switch tanks here. Now that we started to make sure we can. Okay.
So keep the pump off. Switch.
Fuel pressure's good.
Perfect.
Engine's running.
Perfect. Alright. Fuel truck over here, they see us, but we're moving anyways, but it's always a good idea to look around for especially ground stuff in the nighttime. No, we have the right of way over them.
Okay.
That's good to know, but that doesn't always mean that they listen to that, so you kind of want to assume, just like being in your car, they're going to do the least convenient thing for them to do, like drive across your path.
Okay. So we're on ground. Where are we going?
Well, we don't have to tell them anything yet for where we're going. I don't know, sometimes they ask that, sometimes they don't.
Right.
That's just, yeah, midfield with Lima.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know, I'll let you pick.
Okay. We're to ground Cherokee 2476 Mike midfield with Lima ready to taxi.
2476 Mike, runway 20.
Runway 20, 2476 Mike. Alright, runway 20.
That was the taxi instruction of indignance.
So given that, I will assume that we're going to come out on Delta here at midfield, take a left on Alpha, do our run up down here at the end of Alpha, being mindful of that hotspot.
Alright, sounds good to me.
That's where we're going.
Let's go.
Alright.
I think I should ask if everything's okay.
He's not happy to be here tonight.
God, I'm sorry. It's like, hey, paid at least.
It's funny, with full wings and 3 passengers, it definitely takes a little bit of doing to get it rolling.
Yeah, and I like flying with weight in the back after we're doing the cross-country stuff, because guess what you're going to do when you go get your license?
Right.
Here's how many
Not
people
fly
can I
alone.
cram in this thing without it being overweight? John's going to be stealing my job here in no time.
Alright.
There you go.
Crosswind.
Yeah, there's not much now, which is good. It was windy earlier, though. Oof.
Was it?
Kicked up out of nowhere, yeah.
I'll tell you, I was doing the winds aloft.
They were screaming today.
Yeah.
The skies were angry.
4,500 feet, it was like 33 knots or something.
I totally believe it. I did a check ride prep flight with somebody this morning. I mean, we were just getting our asses kicked the whole time. At least we'll have the luxury of not experiencing that today, which is good.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking up at the sky gods and being like, if this is the only nice day of the week, like throw me a bone here, like make it smooth out a little bit.
Well, I appreciate you making the time tonight.
Oh man, no problem at all.
I was looking at the weather too, and I have one on Wednesday. I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, when you mentioned later in the week, even tomorrow, I was like,
Yeah.
But we'll get the day cross country, and I'm gonna figure something out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Rob while he's still here to help me out with the stuff that I have some people that are like second, third lesson at it. I'd rather spend time with you guys that are close to getting done, and that's happening. You're gonna be easy though. That's gonna be a piece of cake. Here's our hotspot.
Yep, it's clear.
So where do you want to go? You can pick your poison.
Okay, south or west is fine.
Okay.
Maybe are we gonna do the landings all here?
Nah, that'd be boring. I'll go somewhere else. What do you think?
Go to Robertson or Meriden or something.
Yeah. What would be harder? I'll think about that. I'm gonna mull that over. Can't make it easy. I mean, Brainerd, anyone can land on a 4,400 foot runway. Yeah, I'll ponder that one. Yeah, because we've already been to Bradley. We've already done that. Unless you want to do that again, we can do that.
Oh, that's fine. I did like doing that.
Oh, yeah, you want to go there?
Sure.
I'm going to go to Bradley. That'll be the visual segment of things, and we'll go south. I'll put you under the hood and torture you for a while, and then we'll go do the rest of the landings somewhere else.
All right, fair enough. All right.
You want to go to Bradley right off the bat? Why do we do that? Why you do this? Why you run through the checklist and make us a squawk code to go up there and just let me know what we want to do?
Fair enough.
And ground 2476 Mike with a request.
76 Mike, say again.
Hi, sir. I have a request looking for a squawk code to go to Bradley for a touch and go with the departure to the south towards Meriden.
2476 Mike, roger. You're cleared for takeoff, runway 20. I'll give you a code when you're airborne.
Okay, we're still going to need a few minutes here just for a run-up. Should be ready here in a few minutes.
Roger.
Thank you.
All right, magnetos are good. Vacuum's at 5. Oil temperature and oil pressure are good. Annunciator panel checks out. Carburetor heat. Dropping RPM. Bring it down idle here. And it runs.
Yeah, she runs, but she's not happy about it.
All right. And our amps look good. Not on the checklist, but I like to do that.
Nope, I like that too.
Fuel pump is off. All right.
And you look at this too, because you can say the red light. Look at it.
Yep.
If this were pegged at 60, what would that mean?
If it were pegged at, this is a question I've always had.
This shows the load on the alternator.
On the alternator. So if it's pegged at 60, that means it's charging the battery. Is that right?
That or that the full battery load's actually on the system. So it'll peg at 60. It'll either be 0 or 60. So either way, it's bad.
So, if the battery's low, like say it took us forever to crank, is the needle going to be over here to the right more?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly, because it's charging the battery more. So like right now, we've got like a 20-ish, amp load on the alternator, which makes sense, because we've got a lot of stuff on.
Yep.
If this were pegged at 60 though, well, now it's saying, okay, the full load of this thing is on something, so you can try resetting again the alternator.
Right.
Excuse me, on the split rocker switch there to try to reset the overvoltage relay.
Yep.
Or more likely, at least you should see an ALT light there to let you know that it's tripped off.
Fair enough. Okay, cool.
Good.
All right, before takeoff, master switch is on, obviously. Flight instruments check. Better altimeter, we'll get this. It's actually on the money. Fuel selector, we've already done that. Engine gauges, check. RB is off. CPAC's erect, mixture set to the full rich, is primers locked. Vaulted harness is fastened. Empty seat is empty. Flaps are weak. We'll talk about that.
And we'll do short field.
Short field?
I don't know, you pick.
I like short field.
All right, short field it is.
Check my controls.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're right.
That's your leg, okay.
Hope so.
Felt like it stuck.
Oh no, nope, that's good to check.
External lights. So we got 1200 there. He's gonna give us a squawk code.
So the landing lights are already on. You want to turn the strobe lights on only when we're about to take the runway. Because
Okay.
otherwise they will blind someone and ruin their night vision.
Good to know. And you've got the door.
And it's locked.
All right, so we'll talk about a short field.
Good.
So for short field, we're going to do 2 notches of flaps, 25 degrees.
Excellent.
So the point here is that we're on a short field. We have a theoretical 50-foot obstacle that we want to get above.
All right.
So we are going to taxi out to the very end of the runway, come to a full stop, get on the center line, go to full throttle against the brakes. Then we're going to look for 52 knots to rotate. We're going to climb out at short field, so VX, which is 63. 63?
What's the checklist say? Is that on there?
I was trying to remember, see if I remembered. 63.
Yep,
Okay,
good.
good. And then once we're above 50 feet, then we'll pitch for 79 knots worth of flaps out when we have a positive rate of climb.
Good.
Other than that, emergency checklist, we will, or emergency,
I got you.
yep.
So what are we going to do?
So we want to be off the ground before the halfway point of this, of the runway.
What if we're not?
If we're not, or if we lose the engine, we're going to retard the throttle, use the remainder of the runway to stop.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll rotate at 52, climb out. If we lose the engine below 1,000 feet, we're going to pitch for best glide, 73 knots, straight ahead, looking for anywhere straight and level. And
Where are we
hopefully
gonna go?
there. There's a field just off to the left.
Okay. Can you see
just
that well
over the
at night?
river? No.
I'd probably pick the river. So
Probably
that's
pick-
where we'll go.
Okay, fair
We're
enough.
going swimming. And
Sounds
because
good.
we have a passenger, we want to talk about how we're all getting out. So night stuff, you really got to brief it that much harder because if it happens, there's no time to do anything about it.
Fair enough.
So I'm out first. John will climb out and back, and you'll climb out this way right after that. The captain's always the last one off.
Yep.
The burden of being the PIC, kind of, you know, I get to run away first. John, if the door for some reason were to become blocked and we're dead up here, you're going to go out through the baggage door. You're literally going to put your back up against the sidewall. You're going to kick the baggage door out and you can go out that way. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. Other than that, we should be ready to taxi.
Good. So let's talk Bradley, because we're going to go there first. He's going to get us a squawk code here in a minute, so I'll help you with that.
Okay.
This is the Bradley ATIS. So as soon as we take off, pretty much, we can hit that top COM2 button to start listening to the ATIS.
Okay.
So when we check in with departure, it will be Bradley departure, Cherokee 2476 Mike, altitude, leaving, climbing, 2000. We're just going to go to 2000.
2000. Okay.
You know, request it, and they're going to already know what we want because he's calling them now to get that set up for us.
Okay.
So we'll kind of talk through the rest of it from there, but that's kind of how it will go.
Right. And we don't know what runway yet because we got to find out ATIS.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, be surprised. Probably 3-3 or 2-4. That'd be my guess.
Okay.
Ready?
Sounds good.
Go fly.
All right.
But do you want a shorter runway at Bradley, or do you want like mega lights at Bradley, like all the approach lights, the bells and the whistles?
Oh. I don't think it matters.
All right. 2-4 is the one with the Christmas tree.
Right.
3-3's got some, but 2-4 is...
3-3 is what we landed on last time.
Yeah, yep.
So we're gonna tell him we're gonna. Well, he knows where we're going.
Yeah, just depart northbound departure or something
Okay.
along those lines.
All right.
And we'll switch over to the tower.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, no problem. I'm going to put the departure frequency in there for you already.
Okay. Brennan Tower, Cherokee 2476 Mike's holding short runway 20, ready for takeoff, departing to the north.
76 Mike, roger, and you can squawk 5250. Clear for takeoff, runway 20.
All right, the code's 5250, clear for takeoff, 76 Mike. Thank you.
No problem. So now we can put those on.
Those lights. We've got transponder already set, so we should be good to go. So short field.
Short field. The approach end's clear, the runway's clear. Little tip to you, if you ever have centerline lights at an airport that you're taking off from at night, always line up offset of the centerline lights.
Okay.
Because that way if someone's landing and they forget about you, that you're there, if you're like holding short, let's say, they'll never land on top of you because they'll see you. If you're lined up with the centerline lights, they'll never see you.
That makes sense.
But we're here, Brainerd, you know, it's Ghetto Hartford, we don't have centerline lights. It's on a approach runway.
Come on.
I know, get it together, Connecticut, like what the hell? This is
No, I was
bullshit.
referring to the plane. This
Oh,
thing's
no.
This thing's a pig.
It's
but
a
heavy.
bear.
All right, here we go. So
Go full
feet on the
power?
brakes, full power. Make sure we're developing full power.
Everything's green,
And we
green,
are.
green.
Green.
We're out.
Brakes, please. Okay, there's our 52. We're rotating. There's our 58.
Good.
It's over.
Nice job.
And we'll start working the flaps out as we come up to 79.
Perfect. That's the way. Good job. Very good.
Alright, does it matter if we turn left or right here?
We'll turn left because that's standard.
Okay.
We want it right. If you want to turn right, we can turn right. You want to fly over the city?
That's fine.
Nighttime around here is kind of like ask an e-shower or receive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, visibility. So look out to your right over there. You can already see it starting to come down a little bit.
Yep.
So we'll go to Bradley and we won't play too far from home.
Alright, we'll make our crosswind here. Now just keep it coming around, I guess, right?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, the temperature dew point spread now by the shoreline's within 4 degrees of the of one another rather, so we won't go too far.
Alright.
There's some showers and stuff on the radar, kind of locally. Again, nothing to have a heart attack over. The freezing level is pretty high, and shoot an approach if we really had to. You can see the Robertson Towers out there to the left. That's always your cue at night. If you take off and you can't see those in your view afar, turn around.
Temperature 132.1, altimeter 3014.
Actually, hold on. Alright, so we're... Do I do the...
Keep that on. I'll put it in for you. What's that?
After takeoff checklist now, or once we're clear?
Yeah, wait over. Yeah, once we're clear.
Runway 24, ILF up. To airmen. With no rank along taxi in the air. All aircraft are required to have transponders on during taxi. Green rank on both short instructions and design altitude. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Papa.
So, Papa?
Ramsey International Airport HS information, Papa. 235, what's the blue? Temperature 132.1, altimeter 3014. Runway 24 and 33.
Good, you got that?
Arrival.
Yep, we turned that off for you. Let's level off here. 2000. And Tower 76, Mike, can we go over to Bradley?
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, sir. Contact Bradley 123.95.
2395, 76, Mike's on. Alright, so you're going to tell him your Bradley departure 2476 Mike 2000 with Papa, requesting touch and go runway 24.
Okay. Bradley approach, Cherokee 2476 Mike is 2,000 feet with Papa, requesting touch and go, runway 24. Close enough?
7, question 2476 Mike, Bradley departure, radar contact, Bradley altimeter 3016, and did you want an approach with that or just a touch and go?
Just a touch and go.
76 Mike, roger. Enter downwind for runway 24.
Downwind for runway 24, 76 Mike.
There you
Air
go.
shuttles 3747 field
So you
inside.
can see someone's touching
Air
down
shuttle
over there at
3747,
24.
roger.
Is that 24?
Yep, so just kind of start pointing. Instructor magic occurred and I helped you here.
Okay. She said enter the downwind.
Yep, so just kind of keep pointing in this direction. This works out pretty well.
UPS 1029 Bradley approach, Bradley altimeter 3016,
So I'm
expect
going to
the
teach you a
visual
little
approach
trick
runway 33.
for getting yourself set up in an airport that you're not familiar with at night. So if you hit the procedure button, you'll see select approach, you hit enter.
Yep.
So there's approach guidance
Alright.
to the runway 24. You put in vectors. Let's say you want to activate it. So you'll
76 Mike, contact Bradley Tower 120.3, good day.
Over to tower 3.3.
Left at the Sierra, if you have that.
Oh, if you don't mind, we'll take Victor.
At a 222, left at Victor and taxi via Victor, Charlie, Sierra to the ramp, remain this frequency.
Victor, Charlie, Sierra, with you. Roger, yeah, 222.
Bradley Tower, Cherokee 246.
Number 2476 Mike Bradley Tower, understand requesting touch and go, runway 24.
Oh, that's correct. Touch and go 24.
Number 76 Mike, enter left downwind, report midfield.
Enter left downwind for 24, report midfield 76 Mike. Good. Okay, so this will kind of set us up for the downwind then.
Yeah, so we've got to put that approach back in there again. Activate vector final, so it's going to point you towards runway 24 right there. See that line that kind of goes in? Yep. It's just one way to do it. Of course, because I want you to learn how to do this just by looking out the window and figuring it out. I'm not going to give you that option. But. And it's tough at night because it's hard to pick up on an airport when you're looking at it like this. Yeah. When there's a lot of light pollution around it.
So are we entering it on like a 45 right now?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
so we can get it before a landing checklist on here too.
Right. Who's on proper tank?
That's 222 Tower.
Yeah, where's your 10-foot drift, man? They've got that on the notice. We're all looking forward to it.
Flaps set. Seatbelt.
Let me see what it says here on my notice. Hold on.
No, it's on the 8-inch.
Leave our lights the way they are.
Yeah, it shouldn't be on there. We'll make the change.
We're looking for it.
Don't look too hard. I don't want to find any.
I don't know what the
Air Shuttle 3747 is with you on the visual for runway 24.
Air Shuttle 3747.
The real world way to do this.
Runway 24.
So there's the airport right here.
Clear to land, runway 24, Air Shuttle's 3747.
They look to the left, or the right, see that blinking light? That's that guy they just cleared to land.
Okay.
So see these runway lights that you can see? That's runway 1.
Okay.
So in a minute, we're going to make our right turn and our left down. We'll call him midfield, but he's going to tell you, do you have that traffic in sight? And that's the guy we're looking for.
Got it.
So why don't we start right turn now for the downwind?
Wisconsin 3866 Bradley Tower ready?
Ready to roll, Wisconsin 3866.
Yeah, Wisconsin 3866, fly runway heading runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Now we're going to fly this approach really fast. When you find the busier places, that's what they want you to be able to do.
Air Shuttle's 3747 is with you, about to turn base lake for runway 24.
See him out there?
Yep. Shuttle 3747 Bradley Tower, runway 24, clear to land.
Keep it coming around.
Clear to land 24.
What's that? Yep.
Air Shuttle's 3747.
So now we'll kind of keep it coming a little bit more like a 060 heading. So now we're paralleling the runway. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So in a sec, do you see the runway now? Kind of, it's hard to see. So here's 33, see the approach lights for 33? Look to see the white lights in front of the runway.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's 33, so we're paralleling 24 right now.
Got it.
So there's the traffic in front of us.
Yep.
So now this part's important because now we have to think wake turbulence avoidance. So we have to touch down past wherever he touches down. So we kind of have to keep an eye on him while we're doing this.
Okay.
So why don't you give him a call and tell him you're midfield with the traffic in front of you in sight.
And Bradley Tower, Cherokee 2476, Mike is midfield with the traffic ahead of me in sight. He's on final, he must be on base.
Yep.
Cherokee 2476 Mike Bradley Tower, number 2, follow that traffic, runway 24, clear to touch and go.
Number 2 behind that traffic, clear touch and go, 76 Mike.
So that's our traffic right here. This is the guy in final.
Right.
This is someone, he could be going anywhere else, so we don't know where he is yet. But now we're going to keep our power up to
Wisconsin
hold.
3866, contact departure, have a good night.
You do it.
Yeah, we'll stay at 2,000. Because we're going to trade this altitude for airspeed in the descent to keep us going quick and
Right, they
keeping
want
him
us out of
happy.
there fast. Right?
Yep, exactly.
Who's that?
I don't know, I wonder if that's our base traffic. It's on this heading for a sec.
Yep.
And Bradley Tower, Cherokee 76 Mike, we have traffic like 1 o'clock, and it looks like a couple miles we're following, or is that the target our 10 o'clock?
If you're following the traffic at your 10 o'clock, it's 70 on a 5-mile final at 2,000 feet. The traffic at your 1 o'clock will be number 3 to follow you.
76 Mike, roger that. We'll keep it intact.
Thank you. 76 Mike, caution wake turbulence behind that traffic.
76 Mike, roger, thanks. Alright, give me a 050 heading. So, he's number 3, which means someone else is, he's behind us. So, do you see him over here?
Yep.
Yeah, good. There's 6 Flags over there, he just flew over, you see that big red tower beam out that way. So you can follow him on most of the runway. However, we don't want to get too close. You know?
awesome.
Pretty cool, right? Dogs.
It's very disorienting to figure out where you are in
It is. That's why I always tell people, nighttime is not for, it's the real deal. They're
76 Mike, I may need to either have you land only and taxi back, or I'll give you a low approach.
You want to do?
Say what you'd like.
the low approach.
Yeah, I'll take the low approach for 76 Mike.
76 Mike, roger. Follow your traffic, caution wake turbulence, start your missed approach at the threshold, and what are your intentions after the low approach?
Be south departure towards Robertson Airport for 76 Mike. Or
6
turn
Mike,
left.
roger.
Or turn it left. Yeah, this is more fun now. We're going to kind of dive at them.
Yeah. Yeah, this way we can get more done, I guess, rather than a taxi back.
Yeah, yep. So do you see the runway out there now?
Yeah.
So let's make the power just a slight reduction, not much, just a little. And we're going to stay above this glide path, which is not going to be hard for us to do. So just kind of keep us here at 1,800 feet.
All right.
So now, when we're going to start to descend, we can start pushing the nose over slightly. You can trim a little bit and then bump the power up just a little bit.
You want me to do that now?
Yep.
All right.
So you have an indicated of what, 110, 115?
100, yep, about 115.
So we're going to hold this all the way to the numbers, and in fact, we're probably going to increase it a little bit. So with the power, I just want you to keep it below the red line, but do not reduce it further than that.
Okay.
This is how you fly into somewhere busy. Good, so just push the nose over a little bit more. Good, that's good right there. Now just kind of fly the glide path.
National 3747, turn left at Sierra Taxiway.
So now we're doing 130.
Alright,
This is more this is the ticket.
Left at Sierra, stay with you to the gate. Air Shuttles 3747.
I'm glad Chuck Yeager got into a regional.
Yes, he did. A few packs of cigarettes and a pot of coffee and all. There you go. So this is what we actually this is probably what an indicated approach speed would be in an RJ. Pretty close.
Yeah.
But now bring the power back just a touch. So if you go somewhere busy, this is what they want.
Your 76 Mike, you did such a good job with your pattern, I can give you the touch and go, but nothing other than that.
We'll take that. That'd be great. Thank you. We'll be quick on the ground and quick off again. Thank you for the help.
76 Mike, roger. Runway 24, clear touch and go. On the go, proceed direct to Robertson and maintain VFR out of below 2,500.
All right, clear to go. Touch and go, and Robertson after.
With VFR below 2,000, thanks. All right, keep this all the way to the numbers.
Yep.
I'm going to show you how we're going to slow this thing down. This is going to be fun. So we're going to touch down after the touchdown zone.
Yep.
Outside of Motel Cactus 1754, good evening.
Good, just keep the nose coming down a little bit more. I know it's something you don't want to slow down, but don't.
Land wind 160 at 6. Traffic short final will be touch and go straight out. Additional traffic inbound of 33
There's a little
sequence
bit of
after
wake
you.
turbulence.
Yeah, a few bumps. We're just staying above the glide path.
Yep.
All right, now what I want you to do is to start slowly walking the power back a little bit. It's just the inner marker for the ILS, don't worry about it. Power all the way to idle now.
We're going to touch down after the lights.
You got it, buddy.
All right.
Now we're starting to kind of sink down. I want you to bring down all the flaps real quick. Good. I just let it go. Gonna want to run it back. I got your flaps on the gun. How'd that do it?
Nice.
Way to go.
That's fun.
24, 1754.
Here's a DC-10 over there, an E300. Take a look at that for FedEx. Awesome job. Very good. Alright, gonna keep runway heading, and we'll climb up 1,900 feet.
At or below 2,000, I missed that.
Correct, yeah, no, that's okay. That's the marker for runway 6.
76 Mike, radar contacts the altitude.
76 Mike is climbing through 1,600.
600. Yeah, that's 600. 76 Mike.
Damn it.
76 Mike, Roger, Bradley, altimeter 3016.
3016, thanks, 76 Mike.
1,600.
We wish, if we were in that RJ, we might be at 1,600 feet there.
Yes, 1029, visual 24 with information, Papa.
Here's 1029, Bradley Tower, wind 160 at 6, runway 24, cleared to land.
And land runway 24, if it's 1029.
Alright, Capitan. I'm going to take the controls here for a second. You're going to put the hood on.
76 Mike, would you like advisory 5 miles?
Negative for 76 Mike. Thank you. Captain Munn, if you'd be so kind as to hand him that there. There you go. Thank you. All right. Let me know when you're good.
Alright, I'm good.
Alright, you have the flight controls.
I have the flight controls.
So we're going to keep this pitch attitude. I want you to climb in at 100 knots. An altitude of...
76 Mike, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change is approved.
Frequency change approved, and squawking VFR for 76 Mike. Thanks for all the help tonight.
Good night.
Alright, yeah, 1,800 feet until advised otherwise, and hold this heading.
1,800, okay.
This is a little tougher to do at night, isn't it?
A lot tougher.
Yeah.
The gauges, which are a pain to see anyway,
are really a pain to see in disco blue, as it turns out. Yep, so fly those edges. There you go, nice and level. Keep me right at 1,800 feet, because there are mountains out here that we will hit.
1759.
And I want to left turn to a heading of 200.
I'm sorry, you can continue down to Sierra, traffic's 3 behind you. Then left, after you turn left at Sierra, it's taxi to the ramp and remain this frequency.
Alright, left to Sierra.
Remember, nice small changes.
17.
Get back for
Clear to land, GPS 1029, 24.
It's 1029, you are clear to land on runway 24, the wind
Let's
is
be holding that
160.
altitude now.
Man, oh man.
We don't want to hit these mountains out here. And I'm not bullshitting you, there are mountains. We're right by the Ublind Tower. And that is all you'll know about that. A nice small changes. So see how big that pitch change was?
Yep.
So come back to level. There you go, hold it. Remember, nice small changes, little tiny movements. So pitch power trim. So if we keep wanting to descend, maybe we have too much nose down trimming. So then fix the pitch first to come back to level if you need to. If you're happy with the power, why don't we pull the power back just a little bit? Since we made the poor engine work there quite a bit there. So pull our wheel to the down. That's it. Good, hold that nose up now. Pull the power back. What the nose want to do? One down. Drop.
Sure.
And then trim once you're there. And we'll keep one down. So and we're just staying down low until we're outside of the shelf. Now for you, Captain Munn, since you do have the luxury of being able to see at the moment, if you look out to the right there, see the visibility going down?
Yeah.
Probably about 7 miles looking out towards the west, but for everything else looks good. According to the iPad, there are rain showers out there, so we'll avoid that. There you go, now Stealth got your crew back. Nice job. Hang altitude looks good. Very nice. Now on this heading, I would like a climb Hartford. There you go.
It's funny, right back, I feel like leaning left.
Those illusions are really going to come out to play. Wait till we do unusual attitudes here in a few minutes. Woo! Gonna get exciting real quick then.
Right, but it's
Keep it at 10.9.
Exactly. So at night, and now this is where you would need to be on your instruments if you were. And I like doing this at night with people to show them that if you needed to, it's much harder than during the day trying to do this. And B, this is where you don't have the outside visual references that you did during the day.
Right.
So you need to be able to do this at night, in my opinion. I don't know why it's not required, but I require it. It'll be that much better as a result. So just like during the day, focus on that attitude indicator and the edges. If they're lined up and even, we are level. If they're not, we're either climbing, turning, descending, we're doing something, but we're not straight level anymore. And then occasionally you glance at the other instruments. So you say, well, if we're level and we're not climbing, we're not turning, we're not descending, then we shouldn't be climbing or descending on the altimeter. You know, if we're level, not thinking left or right, then the heading indicator should be pretty rock solid and not moving. So you use that attitude indicator just like we use the horizon when we're VFR to say, you know, what's the airplane doing? You know, because we can notice a change very minutely on the attitude indicator that if we're staring at all the other instruments, we can't see. But at the same time, we have to keep them all in view so that, you know, we don't neglect one or, you know, just focus on one and let the others go to pot. Okay, so now I'd like you to climb me up to an altitude of 4,500 feet on this heading.
Okay.
At 100 knots. And those aren't foot right here. You want to use it right under now. And now on here, just a small pitch change and then hold it. You look at your speed indicator and say, am I getting their performance?
Right.
And then once you figure out what pitch attitude is going to work to give you that 100 knot airspeed, trim for it. Now 100 knots, because we're so heavy indicated, lower pitch attitude than you're thinking. So we're at about 90 knots right now. We want to lower the pitch attitude just a little bit more. There you go. I know, it's tough. It's a lot going on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. Vision.
You're like, you're killing me here, Mahoney. What's going on?
No, this is good. This is really hard, and I love it.
Nighttime is very hard to do this. That's why I really love bringing people up here at night to show them. It's just that much more difficult. Now, I do believe we did unusual attitudes with you being able to look outside when we flew at night the last time, like early on, right?
We never did unusual attitudes at night. No.
Okay. Today is your day.
That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Level points.
Good, yeah. Keep loose on up.
Let's do the unusual attitudes with the hood.
Correct.
Right. Yep. Okay, got it.
And then it's going to be unusual attitudes with the hood not on, so you can see it both ways. A, because we have to do it with the hood on, so you can see it and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's the way the check ride goes, even though it's unrealistic and how it happens in real life. And then the second way is show you the real world way, which is you believe your body because it's telling you one thing, and you look up and all of a sudden, oh my God, there's the ground.
Yep. I'm sorry, did you say you wanted me to try to keep 100 indicated?
100 knots indicated, yes sir.
It does not want to make it.
I'll just climb, you know, accept whatever climb performance we have at 100 knots, even if it's nothing. Because I'm trying to cool the oil temperature down a little bit.
Okay, got it.
Because if you keep that in your glance, yeah, it's kind of high. That's because it's hot, heavy. We've been flying around, you know, at pretty high power.
Okay.
So once we get up here, we're going to let it cool down for a bit. We'll pull the power back. We'll let the engine oil cool down a little bit, and then we'll start having some fun.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, 100 knots gives us about 200 or 300 feet.
Good.
I gotta get back down to 2.0 here.
Yeah, and I'm fine with a tiny bit of climb. That's fine. I'd rather have that and have a nice cool little temperature, cooler, as opposed to going to be too warm.
Yeah, this makes me want to get my IFR just because it's so hard.
It is. It is.
But I like it.
And it's such a valuable skill set to have, you know, not because you're going to necessarily want to fly in crazy amounts of weather, but if you needed to, it would save your life.
Exactly. Yeah, it seems like only a matter of time before you're gonna have an oh shit moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, I want a right turn now to heading of 220.
220.
In the climb. Alright, why don't we level off here for a second, pull that power back for me a little bit there so we can just kind of start pulling things down a little bit. And I would like 2300 RPM. Because we're right up around red line for the oil temperature, so I want to cool that down a little bit.
Alright.
Now I'd like a left turn to a heading of 190.
190.
We're going to the land of darkness. We've got your climb checklist for you, your fuel pump is off, we're going to keep all the lights on, everything rich.
Descending.
And, you know, we have to accept whatever we're going to get for an airspeed there, so this is going to be almost what kind of a maneuver?
Slow flight.
Slow flight, under the hood. Oh my god. I was going to really screw with the partial panel tonight, but I won't do that. Oh, what the hell, let's just try it.
Go for it.
I brought the instrument covers.
I'm in.
The torture devices. So now, if I got rid of that attitude indicator, tell you what, I'll get rid of this first.
Okay.
And we'll talk about how we're going to do that. So now, all you're going to use it as your means of keeping the airplane level, you know, so, or I'm sorry, paying attention to the pitch. So obviously if we're climbing, we're pitched up. If we're descending, we're pitched down.
Yep.
How do we hold level? Well, our turn coordinator right over there would help us a lot too. If your little airplane's level,
yep,
we're not moving. So your vacuum pump died, you're like, oh.
Oh my god. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so now, you know, nothing has to change really, you know what I mean? Just pay attention.
Right.
So if you see the turn coordinator's banked, you know, level the wings. You come back a little bit. There, good, hold it. That's it. Now,
cool.
I'm going to teach you a trick with compass turns when you're under the hood. This is instrument rating stuff. This is nothing you'd be expected to know as a private pilot. But I always keep my VOR that I'm not using lined up with the compass card. Because if I told you turn left, and it's nice on this because you can see left is over here, but you know those old whiskey compasses?
Yeah.
It's opposite. So if I said turn left to a heading of 150,
right,
you would know to turn that direction.
Right.
So try and give me a left turn to a heading of 150.
Using the...
Yep, you're using the compass.
Okay.
Because you don't have an heading indicator anymore. So all turns are to standard rate on that turn coordinator.
Right.
And partial panel is definitely one of those situations where you don't want to go crazy on the bank angles because that's going to throw all those, you know, kinesthetic and vestibular illusions that come out to torture you and make them much, much harder.
Oh,
good.
Overblew it.
That's alright, so just level the wings and see where it goes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just nice, remember, nice small changes. So just a little bit level and hold it. So you really weren't that far off. But now I'm not going to tell you where we are.
Okay.
So now that's going away too.
Oh, perfect. Alright.
Yep. This is how I'm going to start getting you disoriented. You're like, thanks, Rick. Did that. So I just want you to hold 3,300 feet in this. level on that turn coordinator, that means we're climbing, we're descending, we're turning.
Oh my god.
Easy there, Stevie Wonder. Small changes.
Okay.
There you go. Good.
This thing is useless too.
It is. It's a trend instrument only. It's the most useless one. It's the instrument equivalent of fuel gauges. Doesn't do much for you. Not trying to give you flicker vertigo. I'm just checking that oil temperature is starting to come down a little bit. Good. When you do your instrument reading, you're going to be miles ahead of people who haven't done this, because you'll know how to really fly by instruments using the attitude indicator, which most people can't do. And partial panel, you were doing fantastic. Alright, I want you to give me a right turn standard rate until I tell you to bring me back to level again.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you lost. It won't be hard, because I'm not giving you anything to go off of. Good, so now as we turn even steeper for partial panel, you'll notice we need a little bit of back pressure just like we would if we were visual. So now come back to level the wings again. How you doing? You doing okay?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Alright, now give me another left turn, standard rate until I tell you to stop.
Alright.
Okay, great. Level the wings. Nice. Body trying to worries about what the airplane thinks it's doing.
It kind of has been the whole time, yeah.
Good. Well, that's why I like doing this at night, because you really feel all the illusions when you take away that visual element. It's like your kinesthetic and vestibular senses.
Yeah, like I said, when we climb, I feel like I'm leaning against the bulkhead.
Yep, that's right.
Bizarre.
The Coriolis illusion. Alright, so now that you're straight and level, we're holding altitude, you're doing a great job. Really, really good. So in a second, I'm going to give you your instruments back. Of course, after your eyes are closed and your head's looking down in your lap.
Okay.
Let's talk unusual attitude. So inevitably, we're going to probably get into a situation where the nose is pointed towards the ground and we're look up at the instruments. The reason why I have you in partial panel is not to try to torture you, well, not too much, but it's because we're recovering. We're the most you can. So you really want to focus your attention on your altimeter, your airspeed, and that turn coordinator.
Right.
The turn coordinator is going to tell you which way the airplane's banked. The airspeed indicator tells us if we're in some kind of a dive or if we're climbing, and we confirm that by looking at the altimeter to give us supporting information. So the reason I really have you have these covered up is so that you get your focus on those things, because in a situation where you're in unusual attitude at night, you're going to really want to look outside the airplane to back up what you're seeing in here, but don't. Those three things are what are going to save your life, okay? So now what I want you to do is close your eyes, look down in your lap, and try to maintain straight level. Oh, I love this. This is where instructors become very happy very quickly. So with your eyes still closed and your head down in your lap, tell me what you feel like the airplane's doing right now. Are we pretty level still? Does it feel like we're level to you anyway?
It feels fine. My head's not swimming or anything.
Okay, now if we're still kind of level, I want you to start me into a gentle bank turn to the left.
Okay.
Good, make that turn to the left a little bit steeper still. Wonderful, now I'd like you to look up and recover the airplane. So the power coming idle, push, level.
Right.
And then slowly start to bring the nose up to level flight. Those ones aloft are something, we're really getting pushed sideways here. There you go. Now you can slowly start introducing the power. And this is the hard part, is staying on the instruments after you've been messed with. So keep me level at 2,800 feet. We're in mountainous terrain. It's a mess around here. Now I'd like a left turn to a heading of 240, and I would like you to climb me up back to a heading of 240 and 3,200 feet.
Okay. Whoa. Wants to yaw to the left, that's for sure.
Sure does, doesn't it? How's your body feeling right now?
Oh, I feel fine. I don't have any, like, you mean like nausea or anything?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
How's your brain feel? A little scrambled?
Yeah, a little scrabbled. But
Okay, good.
it's more a concentration thing than a disorientation.
I'd like you to give me a left turn to a heading of 170 now and continue to climb to 3,700 feet.
170.
And now I'm going to put us over an area that's a little darker still. And you're going to be visual on this one.
All right.
But I'm going to keep you under the hood to get me there so that A, we get more hood time eked out, and B, well, that's pretty much it. But I'll get us to the darker area and we'll take a little more of this time off. But it's really hard after you get yourself recovered from something like that to hang on to the instruments, because when your body's been moved around, your head's been moved around, you know, all those illusions really start to come into play quite a bit more. Okay, like a right turn to a heading of 200, right 200.
Right 200.
And climb and maintain 3,900 feet on a 200 heading.
Ah, you said 200. I'm thinking 220. Sorry.
Okay.
Smack.
And I'd like to climb at 90 knots.
All right.
Tough. All right, left turn heading 160 heading.
60. Left 160.
Left 160. Now when we pull that power back a touch, just keep me on a gradual climb with partial power. Now I'd like you to bring the power back to 2,000 RPM and maintain this altitude up whatever speed you get. Which means the nose is going to have to come up. And you're going to have to trim. Little slow flight under the hood. Alright, I'm going to take control of the airplane here for a second.
Okay.
And when I do, this is the key part. I want you to keep your eyes closed while you take the hood off and just throw it somewhere in the back. Captain Mountain will be all over it and take care of it for you.
Alright.
Big thing is keep your eyes closed. Alright. I have the flight controls.
You have the flight controls.
Alright.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm back on. My eyes have been closed the whole time.
Okay, good. I want you just to hold. I have you in straight level flight. I'm not kidding with you or not fooling you or anything.
Yep.
I have the throttle, but you have the yoke and you have the flight controls.
Alright.
Try to maintain whatever you feel like straight level. We're to turn pretty level.
I suspect we're probably in a turn, but I couldn't tell you. Whoa, yeah, we're doing something.
All right, Andrew, I want you to look up and recover the airplane. Yeah. Got a 50-degree bank turn. Got there. Nice push level. We were already somewhat idle. Good recovery. But
Wow.
that's what you're looking at. So when you look up, it's disconcerting when you can actually see it out the window. It's a very big difference than seeing it underneath it. And that's the more realistic way. Because look out there. Do you have any horizon looking out that way at all? That's towards Martha's Vineyard. This would be a VR night. Would you want to fly out there on a night like tonight?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
No, without instrument reading. Not smart. Good on the hood work. So where the hell are we?
All right, well, we're flying east. I don't trust this because you messed with it.
I did. You know me well. I didn't do it today. Partial panel was cruel enough.
I see Robertson Towers behind us there at about about 8 o'clock.
All right, so where's the airport?
If Robertson Towers are there and we're flying east, then the airport would have to be that way.
Okay. Your job is to find Brainerd, get me into the pattern, and land.
Okay.
And we've been flying for 41 minutes, so let's go ahead and switch those fuel tanks. So fuel pump on. Fuel pressure, fuel pump off.
All right, so we want to go this way.
Okay.
And we want to get ATIS.
Where am I right now? You see anything that you recognize out here?
I see a highway there.
All right. Looks like a city off the way here, doesn't it? Huh.
That I'm guessing is gonna be, hold on, don't tell me. I'm gonna say, Middletown.
Better than 5005, temperature 11, dew point 3, altimeter 3019.
Just getting the ATIS cooking for us.
Visual approaching use, landing and departing runway 20. Notice to airmen, the localizer is out of service. Runway 2 is closed to arrivals only due to construction at the approach end of runway 2. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Mike.
I wonder if they're going to let us do pattern work.
Standard information, Mike 0053 Zulu weather, wind 190 at 3.
903.
Weather's better than 5005, temperature 11, dew point 3, altimeter 3019. Visual approaching use, landing in the...
Because, what is the restriction on runway 2?
They're doing construction in the poop pond down there.
Oh, okay.
So just off with whatever it was, I already forgot, and for the option.
All right.
If they can't give it to us, then we'll just do full stop.
Vernon Tower, Cherokee 2.
476 Mike Brainerd, roger, report a left downwind for runway 20.
Left downwind, runway 2076, Mike, thank you. All right, cool.
All right, excellent. So what kind of a checklist can we get done right now?
We can get our before... So fuel's on proper tank, we just switched that. Mixture is full rich, we'll go fuel pumps on. Belts there.
Good.
Everything else.
And passenger, you want to make sure that the air seatbelt. I didn't think you wouldn't, but you know, it's just worth noting. All right, where's the airport?
Beacons just off there about 1 o'clock.
God, you're just too good.
And we are to the east side of the river, and he said left downwind runway 20, so we kind of keep going this way.
Good. So have your throttle for a sec. Let's say our engine quit right now.
Yeah,
Where are we going?
The river's back behind us.
What's the first thing you're going to do?
If my engine quit?
Yeah.
I'm going to do...
We want to be at 90 knots?
No, we want to pitch.
Day or night. Day or night. Best glide. Level and trim. All right, and where are we going?
We go to the left.
To the left? What's right in front of you?
Oh, yeah, it's right there. You're right. It's curvy, isn't it?
Yeah. She curves.
She curves.
But if you didn't have that river there, look around. This is the risk management piece of flying at night that I like to not be the Debbie Downer and talk about, but I want to be the Debbie Downer and talk about. This is all hills out here to the right. You have the valley in here, so, you know, it's not saying don't fly at night, but it's saying be aware of what you're flying over, you know?
Right.
Am I going to accept a flight to Providence where there's nothing but trees all over there? No, and I won't go there at night anymore.
Right.
I think with most places to the west, you know, but if I'm going somewhere south, and I know exactly where I can get to and where my options are at every point along my trip. That's my point. If we're going to do that troubleshoot checklist, what would that look like really quickly?
We'd go carb heat mixture, check our primer. Then we would do mag check, fuel pump.
Good, I was gonna say, go to your flow.
Yeah, mag check, switch tanks.
Okay.
A question on that. When I'm checking...
Your engine's back. Yep.
Thank you. When I'm checking the mags, am I actually cranking the engine, or am I just making sure...
You could cycle through them at that point. Honestly, if you're already at that point and nothing else is working, it's not going to be the mags that's going to save you.
Right, okay.
We'll keep the power rate around 2,000. We're trying to cool the cylinders off, or cool the engine oil off before we start doing lots of takeoffs and landings. So, in the interest of safety, because we're heavier and because I don't want to rev the engine up and make it work harder to do a full stop and go, we will do a stop and go where the airplane stopped temporarily, kind of, and we roll and keep going.
Okay.
I think it's the stupidest requirement ever, to be honest. Unless you have a really long runway, I think it's dangerous as hell. I like either full stop taxi backs or touch and goes. So you go either way, but either way, even a full stop taxi back puts a lot of wear and tear on the engine.
Right.
But see how the engine oil temperatures come down a little bit?
Oh yeah, it has. A full needle's length at least. Alright, so we gotta start descending here a little bit.
Now, do you have any kind of obstacle clearance protection at night in terms of night lighting?
The glide slope will give you obstacle clearance out to 10 miles.
Yes. Oh my God. You know everything. I can't stump you. Oh man, that is impressive. Very good. Yep, a Vasi, a Pappy, they both guarantee the same amount of obstacle clearance. But how about out here? Do we have anything that's going to give us that now?
No, I don't think.
No. Yeah. So that kind of makes the case for you don't want to do a descent too far out from the airport at night. Not that you are, but I'm just saying it's a talking point. Especially if it's a tower airport. I mean, at that point, really, who cares?
Yep.
You kind of own the airport right now, so we can do what we want.
All right.
So we need 5 landings.
Yep.
Good. All right.
5 or?
Well, 1 at Bradley we already just
got.
Right.
Thank you.
So now we're down to 5.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, if you want to do 6, we can do 6. But
Was there ever a requirement to do night solo?
No. If you can find the instructor that wants to sign someone off for that, let me shake their hand and buy a mistake.
Right, no kidding.
Not that I wouldn't sign you off to do that, but it's just, night flying's a lot. It's not something to do solo.
I noticed there's an endorsement in the book for it, but I never heard of anybody actually doing it.
Nope, I've never ever heard of it, but not saying that no one's ever done it. Good, now this might be a little close.
Yeah, it's a little disorienting.
It is, that's alright. Why I make the big bucks. Okay, yep, there's your 1,000 feet, and then you can give them a call and tell them we're left downwind for 20.
And Brennan Tower, Cherokee 2476 Mike is left downwind, runway 20.
76 Mike, runway 20, you clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 76 Mike.
Good, so don't let yourself get too close, you want to get too low. So remember, you don't want to look at the airport, you want to look somewhere just like during the day. We want to focus at a point that's way out there, because if we're flying at it, we're not getting drifted laterally left to right, but if we're looking at the runway, we might be.
Fair enough. Alright, so we're abeam now, so we have our carb heat on. We're already a little low.
Alright, so just kind of plan accordingly, so you can, we're already pretty slow too, right? We're at 80 knots already. So maybe try kicking in a notch of the flaps and just hanging out here. Then you look over your left shoulder and see, is the runway 45 degrees behind me? Sure is.
Yeah.
So we can start making our left turn in. Remember, keep those eyes straight.
Yeah.
If all we're doing is looking at the runway, we're going to be missing out on everything that's going on in the meantime, right?
Yep.
So if you overshoot a little, that's fine. Nice coordinated aileron and rudder together, just kind of bringing it back around. Now you would want to get rid of all that power this soon, because remember that's how we're going to see how we got low in the lines up there, and we got a little slow. So now just hold this. And now you can come back on your center line again. Good, remember anytime that nose comes up, power has to come with it. So good, now we're back on glide slope, let it come down towards the runway. On the go, we're just going to go to 2 notches of flaps in and full power. Okay. So it's going to be like a short field takeoff every time. So just keep it coming down towards the runway, and now we're looking for it to flatten out. So see how that's happening? All the way down to the end of the runway, and now the lights start to flatten out all the way back, all the way back. There you go. Hold it a little bit. Hold it a little bit. Good. Have the flaps. Oop. Good. Are you ready to fly? Good. And now, you want to wait. Right. Good, good. Nice job. You fixed it though, that's the important thing. And if it, not about being perfect, it's about, if there are mistakes, knowing how to fix it the right way. All I care about.
And timing the flatten out and flare orienting.
It is. Kind of look towards the end and think of the runway lights during the day. Well, you got 4 more times around to figure it out, so. There you go, yep, give yourself a crosswind just like we do during the day. So you're gonna get like one more normal one and then I'm gonna start doing stuff. Alright. Not work if it doesn't hurt. Right.
Not work if it doesn't hurt.
Not work if it doesn't hurt. I got your carpet off there for you.
Thank you.
Not that I mind having that on terribly, since I can almost you can see the moisture. Yeah.
It's a much wider pattern.
I didn't realize we were flying with the Delta captain today.
Sorry,
You're fine, I'm just giving you shit.
I'll get it, holy crap.
Alright, so why don't you give him a buzz, let him know you're on the...
Current tower, Cherokee 247.
76 Mike, cleared for the option runway 20.
Clear for the option runway 20.
Actually, this is pretty good. This isn't that far away at all.
Yeah.
You're about a mile, so this is fine.
Slow down.
Well, you're point yet?
Nope.
So you're fine on that, so I probably would have waited a little bit longer, but that's fine, because see how we drifted now, we're 100 feet low?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, shut
No,
up.
no, I'm not, I don't mean that.
No, you're fine. Oh, you could, that's fine to be like... But now we can put our notch of flaps in, because we already made our power adjustment, and we're already nice and slow, so now we can lose that last 100 feet, and we'll start our turn. There. Good, now those eyes are nice and straight, so you can manage your descent rate, because you can see, especially at night, if you just stare at the runway and then you come back out and we're screaming towards the ground,
right,
very disorienting, not very pleasant. But you can also see if we level the wings here, where are we getting pushed?
Right, yeah, we're getting pushed that way.
So we got to keep turning to keep that crab coming, right?
Yep.
Because that's also how we ended up low on the last one.
Right.
Good, so now level the wings, give yourself a base. And now that you're there, yeah, there you go. Now it's a small heading change to final. There you go, nice small changes. Now the rectangle starting to widen out a little bit, right?
Right.
So you're still coming down with the numbers, which you can see. Now see how it's getting wider? So look all the way at the end of the runway. Now when it starts to come up, now you bring the nose up with it. A little more, good. We didn't quite come up that far enough there, which is why we felt a little bit firm, but that's okay. Good, so start pulling back. Good. So on that one, did you feel your eyes a little too close?
Yep.
Good. Hang on. What I want to make sure is that we don't get locked out of the building. Atlanta closes at 9 now. Hey, Atlantic Hartford, Cherokee 2476 Mike. Atlantic Aviation Hartford, Cherokee 2476 Mike. I don't want them to lock us out.
Yeah.
Embraer 76 Mike's left midfield, downwind 20 for the option.
76 Mike, clear for the option, runway 20.
Clear for the option 20, 76 Mike. That's helpful, no one's answering their frequency down there.
Alright, carb on. First notch.
Did you know it? Your landing light broke?
That's what I need.
It's awful, I know. We're gonna get these nighttime visual references razor sharp. You can see how we're getting slid pushed out that way, so I mean, you know, you really can see it at night. It's like light bright almost, you know?
Yeah.
Airplane edition.
Yeah, I really got to crab in.
Oh yeah. And that makes or breaks a good landing. You know, most people really don't understand that. Yeah, that's 90% of what a good approach is managing the wind. You can configure it and on speed all you want, but if you're not managing the wind piece of it, you're going to be off every time. So this looks good. You didn't have your keys or anything locked in the building there, did you?
No.
Okay, good. John, did you? Okay, good. So no landing light, this is no different than a normal landing, I promise. So you're on speed, just keep the nose coming down. So now you see how that runway shape's starting to change?
Yep.
So just keep coming down with it. Now we're gonna pay attention to the edges of the runway. So keep the nose coming down, keep the nose coming down. See how it's starting to come up flat now? So now start to bring the nose up. A little flat. All right. Now.
Tricky, man. It's
Tricky. I'll be back to you.
Thank you.
No,
feel
you're
like,
fine.
feel like pre-solo again.
Oh, please, please, don't make me beat you with my flashlight. You're doing great. How many do we have left? I'm trying to think, 2?
That was 3, right? Yeah, that was 3.
Yeah. Not so. I have a hard time keeping track of the landings. I should really like have a tally system or something. There's your 700, good.
I also like in 7.7 Mike having the bug so I can see when I'm 90, 99.
I know, it's you know, they gotta get it back.
I use that.
I'm gonna give you one more normal landing, and then your last one's gonna be well, I would say a surprise, but you know me too well.
Inverted tower check.
06 Mike, clear for the option, wind 20.
Clear for the option 2076 Mike.
Right at 1,000 feet, set up very nicely, very good.
Use throttle.
Good, hold that nose up though, don't let yourself come down yet. That's what I'm here for. Here you
White
go.
arc. Trim.
Perfect. Good, good, good. Like getting ready for it, you're like, oh. Like the fake out, you know, you're like, oh, I thought I was turning ninja.
Is it there? No. Not too much of this in here.
There you go.
Man, that wind is really pushing us.
It is, yeah, keep that turn coming around. It's just like a ground reference maneuver. You make it a little bit steeper, you know, have it come around at like 30 degrees, and point, we'll probably just keep coming around to final.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, good, yep.
Come on.
There, come. Oh.
There we go. Alright.
Perfect, nice and set up, very stabilized. Oh yeah.
Up.
Flat peak out.
Alright.
Let's see if I can get this down.
Our 76 Mike, any chance of a right downwind on this one? It'll be a full stop.
Yeah, right downwind approved.
Thank you. We're gonna play with the wind in a different way on this next one.
Alright.
So trick is keep it coming down. If we pull up too early, we've got no energy to flare with.
Right.
So you can see the runway flattening, so keep it coming down towards your point, don't pull up yet. Now look all the way at the end, see how it's starting to flatten, bring it up to level, keep it coming back, keep it coming back, keep it coming back, keep it coming back. There you go.
There it is. Flaps. RP. Full throttle. That one felt better.
Good.
Get rid of all that downtrim.
And tower 76 Mike, the winds come.
Say again?
Or the winds come.
173.
Any chance you can approve a teardrop with a return full stop on runway 2?
No, due to the construction out there, they're not letting anybody arrive on 2.
Oh, that's right, thanks, sorry about that. No, you lucked out. I was going to give you a simulated engine failure after takeoff with the full stop landing. But you lucked out. Alright, so we're going to do a right traffic this time.
Okay.
Just so we can see what the winds look like coming from another direction.
Yep.
And when we get to the downwind, I want us to switch tanks again one more time.
Okay.
Act if we can see it now to do it now. Let's go ahead and do it now.
Fuel pumps on. Pressure's good. Tanks switched.
Good. Yeah, that's exactly why I had to do it this way. Now, how much of a challenge do you want in this one? You
I don't want lots of challenges. Lots of challenges.
Or you asked for it. And Tower 76 Mike, we're right downwind now, 20, be full stop.
And 76 Mike, you're current land runway 20.
Current land 20, 76 Mike, thank you. I'll just keep my in there for you. You know.
All right.
Wondering. Alright, we're going to pretend we didn't plan our fuel very well, and we just eked it out to the minute. We thought we were going to land in Brainerd, and we were like, oops, we made it to the airport. And then all of a sudden, the engine starts to reduce power a little bit. And then, oh crap, it just died. What are you going to do?
So I'm going to pitch for best glide. That's the first thing I'm going to do.
Best glide and get me there. Now, this is hard, because you can't really see the runway from this side of the airport, can you? I'm a bastard. Alright, so keep that back. Want to make sure you can get there. Yep, car beat. I don't know, is that 73 in there?
No.
Oh, alright.
Trim from that a little bit. I'm not going to touch my flaps.
Oh, I would keep pointing that towards the runway or we may not get there. And this is that whole downwind turn thing? Because now we have a tailwind almost pushing us towards the runway, which is also increasing our rate of descent.
Right. Boy, yeah.
Boy!
Wow.
Oh, geez, this is tough, isn't it? Now, since I don't want us to land in the river, I'm going to give you a little bump of power in there.
Shit. Yeah, we're screwed.
But that would be tough, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be real tough.
That downwind, that's what makes the difference. And when we brief, we turn into the wind. That's why.
Yep.
Because if you come with the tailwind, that is literally the difference between you making it or not. Oh, your flaps are broken too. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, okay. No flaps.
There you go. And the engine's dead again. Heavy on the ground.
Alright.
Actually, use the flaps. I'm going to go around again.
Oh, those work good.
Yeah, it's like little speed brakes.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. There you go, just keep us coming down. So now how it's starting to flatten out, eyes are at the end. Now it's really starting to flatten out, yep. Keep us level. Perfect. And 76 Mike's going to midfield.
And 76 Mike, right turn on Whiskey, Alpha, taxi to parking.
Right turn on Whiskey, taxi to parking on Alpha with you, 76 Mike.
I'm going to get your cleanup for you, you just keep us moving.
Alright.
This is under the save money plan.
I appreciate it.
I know you know how to clean the airplane up after we land, so
I do.
I'm not really concerned about that.
Whiskey's...
Oh, the
there it is,
taxi
I see
that's
it.
center line, yep,
Yeah,
just taxiing around. Even more interesting when it's night and the weather's crappy and you're not really quite sure where the taxiway exit is. And those lines come real handy. You're like... And I don't want to say we're going to taxi quickly, but we'll do so with conviction so that we get to the ramp before Atlantic leaves so they know that we're coming back and don't lock us out of the building. That'd be nice.
Alright. So, we're clearing the left. Thank you.
Yeah, I was getting a little stale in here. Pipers don't always have the ventilation the Skyhawks do. That's literally the only edge the Skyhawk has, in my opinion. Very good job. Very, very good job.
That was fun.
Yeah, no, you did very, very nicely. I mean, partial panel, instrument, night, unusual attitudes, you know, you saw it all. You got the private pilot version on steroids of night VFR flying, so.
I think it's scary that there would be less training than that.
I agree.
That doesn't feel like it's enough to be competent.
Oh, not at all.
You know,
Not at all. And, you know, I'll be honest, I had like the 3-hour minimum or something when I got my license, and I was like, oh, I'm fine, I go out flying around at night. You know, I had many of those, ooh, that was scary, let's not do that again moments.
Right.
Good, the truck is still there. That's good news. I've gotten locked out of here before, and the problem is there's no way to get off the airport. Like literally, you're stuck behind the gates. You have to walk all the way down to the midfield T hangars to get out. It's a pain in the ass.
Where should I put it? Okay. Yeah.
Right, just gonna have to push this far. And straight, and left, and straight, and stop. And we'll come up to 1800 RPM. I already have the mixture lean, so we'll look through the securing checklist as much as we can get done. There you go. Stopping engine, whatever.
Shot subtracted, throttle 1800, electric fuel pump is off.
We'll bring the power back now to 1100. All the avionics, you'll have the rest.
All right. See the guy in there.
That's good news.
Yep.